Hi, good afternoon to the Dr. Nosha Jaharudi. Today, my team member and I will present the MGM3113 group assignment. The topic we choose is leadership issue. So now let me to explain the leadership to you. Next. What is the leadership? Leadership refers to the ability to influence a group toward the achievement of a vision or set of goals. They have two types of leadership, which is the trend theory leadership and behavioral theory leadership. Trend theory leadership focus on the personality, quality, and characteristics. For example, good leaders who like being around the people have an empirical advantage when it comes to leadership. However, the behavioral theory of leadership is a leadership theory that focuses on the consider the observable action and reaction of leadership and follower in a given situation. Leadership also is an important function of management which helps to maximize efficiency and achieve organizational goals. Leaders can clarify and communicate the vision and mission of the organizations to the people. This will provide employees with an understanding of the organizational direction and then more understand their roles and responsibility. Next. This slide will show the leadership issue. Nowadays, the workplace is becoming more diverse and the need for communicate properly become more important. If a company has a negative work environment, will make all the workers feel irritable, stressed, defensive. This can lead to poor productivity and poor communication between leader and team members. The second is lack of communication between leader and team member in the workplace can cause interpersonal conflict. For example, common factor poor communication include the misunderstanding information area, and workplace conflict. The third is poor leadership skill also affect communication with team member in a workplace. For example, leaders do not listen the employee idea, and also they do not value any improve for the employee, and this will cause them miss the opportunity to do things better and more efficient ways. This situation also affect employee feel and failure to communicate with the leader in the workplace. Next. Okay, this slide will show the GMP3113-4 company logo and the online profile. GMP3113-4 provide innovative problem solving, giving safe, cost-effective, and practical engineering solution of very high standards. For example, this company takes pride in actually that they bring in the best talents in the industry with a mindset in line with the company values. This company also provides internal and external courses, seminars, and examinations for maintain and upgrade the employee skills and knowledge. This report we have interviewed is Miss Chon Si-in, a senior geotechnical engineer under the Department of Geotechnical Engineering. She used the leadership skill and capacity to communicate with the team member and ensure the successful completion of the project. So next presenter, Chompoten will present the analysis of the interview.
Okay, so I will continue present the analysis from interview. The first question that asked to the leader was, what are the main issues related to department and how she prevent the problem well? The leader answered the main issue they are facing is lack of communication with the new employees and new members. It's because they are maybe afraid or unfamiliar with the new workplace. So she as a senior geotechnical engineer, she will always show a good leadership skill to communicate more with them. She said that she will gain a lot of information and ideas that help her to make a better solution. She also will encourage the new members to join their team and ask for their opinion and suggestion before she make any decision. Okay, the second question was the situation, which is how does she monitor the performance of the employee that she leads in her team? The leader says that she will monitor each of their ability by giving them different tasks. First of all, she will give them a clear guideline to ensure that they are competent for the task. In other ways, she always attempts to talk to the new members to understand their thought in a group meeting. She said that she often gave advice and guide them very well by using her own method to make sure they understand their action and responsibility. The third question that given to the leader was, how do you help the new employees to understand the culture of your organization and department? The leader answered that she will bring the new employees for introduce the specific culture for them in order to maintain higher productivity. She also will bring them introduced to every colleague they have to communicate with in the future. After that, she will distribute different tasks to them so that they have a chance to handle the task by using the readily provided facility and equipment. The fourth question was the most important value as a leader. The leader represents that the leadership values are most important because they can help her subordinates to determine how they will achieve their workplace goals and great performance. She always practices her leadership skill with influence, motivate and guide her subordinates to discuss and make any important decision in the project. She also provides focus and drives to the team forward by clearly defining goals and explaining objectives to ensure her subordinates understand the end goals they are working to achieve. The last question that was asked the leader was, how does she solve the problem and disagreement with co-workers? With this critical situation, she always decides to meet with co-workers or subordinates one-on-one to talk and resolve the dispute in a peaceful manner, so that she will always highlight all the available options and analyze pros and cons of each of them, thus choose an option that gives minimum disadvantage. Now I will continue present how does the leadership issue relevant to organization behavior. The leadership is very important in a company as lead to higher performance by the team members. It improves motivation and morale with the members and helps to respond to change. We know that as a leader, they usually face some challenges and problems in the workplace. For example, workplace leadership issues include lack of communication between subordinates and lack of outward feedback, which will cause them to be unclear about goals and responsibility in the workplace. Therefore, as a leader, we need to demonstrate the ability to communicate clearly and effectively with our subordinates or other employees. If leaders show good communication skills with the subordinates, and it will enable to build trust and respect among their employees with peers. If the employees have trust on their leaders and are very well aware with what is going around, they will be most gratified and energized. That's all from me. Next.
I'm going to talk about the methodology. The methodology is the methodology used to collect data and analyze data. The first one, data collection such as news in the news Straits Times. The second is quantitative methods for interview with Ms. Song Xingyi to obtain information about the leadership. Next. The first one, we find two news about leadership issues. This news also mentioned lack of communication between employees and the leader in workplace. For example, fresh graduates should have good communication skills. While they enter the workplace, communication are very important. Not only do graduates have such problems like the recent coronavirus, the Malaysian government has adopted a conditional MCO policy. During this time, productivity levels have dropped significantly. The reason for this is not only caused by illness, but also because there is no effective communication between employees and the employers. Most people work remotely during the MCO, but some of them deal with troublesome things face-to-face. Arrangements and lack of communication are undoubtedly increasing the difficulty of work. This shows that lack of communication will be the main cause of leadership problems. The second, contactive interviews is that two or more people exchange information through question and answers. We interview her 5 questions about workplace leadership and how to avoid lack of communication with employees. That's all.
So continue, I will present the recommendations. The first suggestion is encourage feedback. Just as leaders use multiple channels to convey information to employees, consider use some channels to encourage their feedback. The important thing is that your employees should be able to share their questions and concerns with ease. So your organization's communication process should be two-way dialogue, not monologue. When leaders encourages feedback and listen to employees' opinions, you send messages to employees stating that their opinions are very important. The second suggestion is to be honest about some of your feelings. Many leaders always feel that they should not express their feelings. In fact, when you tell your true thoughts, you will often get the staff understanding and even help. Acknowledging your own shortcomings will help you build a good two-way relationship. At the same time, will make the other party feel that you are honest. Of course, leaders should not talking about their own shortcomings too often, which will cause selective infections. Per principle, if you want to establish a good communication relationship, you must lower your postures and acknowledge your deficiencies when appropriate. The last suggestion is regular outdoor group building activities. Team building activities are a more effective way to link leaders and employees. In high-strength work, leaders can relax together, chat to understanding the lives of employees, and make them feel that you care about them. Then, even will allow everyone to communicate together to organize and complete this outdoor relaxation activity. By putting people in a fun and relaxing environment outside the workplace, leaders will encourage everyone to relax, be themselves, and open up to others. At the same time, a better understanding of your work colleagues can help build trust. This is the main benefit of team building activities, because people in the workplace will understand each other's abilities and interests, so that they can better collaborate with tasks and improve morale, so that everyone will talk more about their ideas and work. Next, my partner will explain the benefits.
Okay, I will continue the benefits of leadership. There are 3 important aspects in this. Next. The first one is help new employees understand the culture of organizations. This will help employees learn more about workplace culture rather than become more tense or unfriendly. The culture of each organization will have a significant impact on the attitudes and the behaviors of its members. This can also prevent new employees from having trouble communicating in the workplace. Leaders can also assign different tasks to them so that they have the opportunity to use all the shelf facilities or equipment to handle the task and adapt to their jobs as quickly as possible. Next. The second one is passionate about work and improve efficiency. Excellent leaders in the workplace of a company or organization will always show enthusiasm for the work they do, as well as their status as a leader in the company or organization. The enthusiasm becomes a source of increased motivation for most individual employees in the workplace, thereby improving their productivity and overall job performance. Enthusiastic leaders will promote the working group's efforts towards a common goal and the overall improvement of the work environment. Next. The third one is effective communication. Leadership communication is a complex process which starts from developing strategy for communicating, writing precisely, and then speaking effectively to control difficult situations. Leaders can become listeners, respect the opinions of employees, and reduce unnecessary misunderstanding at work. Communication is not just about saying, I hope this kind of thing happens. Listening and real considering the opinions of others on the team is all. Next, my friends will continue.
This part is conclusion. The first one, we can find that correct and consistent leadership can increase employees' productivity. The second is the leader shows the strong ability of leading and gets the feedback from employees in some way. The third one is organization behavior connected closely with the leadership. And the first one, it can influence the major decision and relationships between employees so as to ensure the company's the best profitability. That's all my part.
Okay, this is the business card of the lady we interviewed. Her name is Chongxing Yi. She is a senior geotechnical engineer in her company. Next is a recording of our interview with her.
Hello, I'm Bo Teng. I'm student of UPM. Today I would like to interview you about the issue of leadership at your workplace. So now, can you introduce yourself first?
Hello, my name is Chongqing Yi. Currently, I'm a geotechnical engineer. I'm work in GMP Geotechnics Berhad. Currently, is at Kuala Lumpur. Currently, my position is senior geotechnical engineer, and I'm a leader.
Okay, so now can we start the interview section?
Yes.
Okay, the first question is, can you tell me what are the main problems related to your department and how do you prevent this problem?
The main problem facing in my department is the lack of communication with the new employees or newly joined members because they may be afraid or unfamiliar with the new workplace. As a result, they will not have more communication and provide any suggestion. Therefore, as a senior geotechnical engineer, I will show my good leadership skills to communicate more with them and encourage them to join our team. For example, before I make any decision, I will ask my members and employees. Then I will listen to their advice and accept their suggestions and ideas to improve the decision-making process to ensure the highest performance.
Okay, that sounds great. Okay, let us continue the second question. The second question is, as a leader, how do you monitor the performance of the employees that you have to lead?
I will monitor each of their ability by giving them different tasks, talk to them to understand their thought and their difficulties to work on the tasks. Advise and guide them to overcome the difficulties. This will help them to understand their responsibilities more clearly. I will also create a work plan that requires each subordinate to join the plan and inspire them to provide feedback and ask questions. This is because asking questions can encourage the subordinate to consider how to work effectively and realize their potential. And also to make sure they understand their actions and they are responsible for their actions. So let them to decide and agree on the goals and the timetable of the work plan.
Okay, I think the method that you present is quite good. Okay, the next question is, how do you help a new employee understand the culture of your organizations?
I will bring the new employees to and introduce them to everyone in our company that they will have daily contact with in the future when they join in. This will help them to learn more about the workplace culture rather than being more tense or unfriendly. This can prevent new employees from facing the problem of failure communication in the workplace. I will also distribute different tasks to them so that they will have chance to handle the task using the readily provided facilities or the equipment, and also to work with every colleague from different positions to understand the operation of this organization.
Okay, so the last question is, what values are most important to you as a leader?
For me, I think leadership values are important because I can help my subordinates to determine how they will achieve their workplace goals and best performance. For example, I will use leadership to influence, motivate, or guide them to discuss and make any major decisions in the project. This will help them more clearly understand about their goals and their responsibilities for achieving good performance in the workplace. I will also build a team to work efficiently with me to increase the productivity of the organization.
Okay, our interview session is ended. So thank you for your cooperation.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.